So I literally took the top 10, folded that sheet in half, looked over at the national averages, looked over at Garage 2's averages. And that's when Tony and I looked at each other and said, holy shit. Across all segments, the top 10% operating dealers had 2 months less of major unit inventory in almost every segment.
Wow.
2 months less in almost every segment. Every single one I went down. Let me read them to you real quick and then Tony jump in. But road, 3.9 months in supply versus national average 6.3. ATV, 2.9 months supply versus 4.5. Personal watercraft, 4.9 months in supply versus 10 months in supply, national average. And then the biggest segment in the top 10, meaning 47% of their business, the biggest segment being UTV, they had 3.2 months in supply versus national average 5.3. It's significant when you look at how well they are managing their inventory across every single line and segment, let alone getting into PUS, getting into flooring PUS. It was significantly less. Managing major unit inventory was that light bulb that hit Tony and I in the front of that room.
What was the flooring PUS from 10% to national average?
Yeah, good question, because I went and looked it up. It was significant. So you're talking about national average is 282 per unit sold in flooring, and then the top 10 are 164 per unit sold. So you're $120 difference per unit sold in flooring year to date April.
So every time you sell something, you're losing wow. That's crazy, man.
And just looking at, I'm just running that quick math. If I take that difference and multiply it by the 248 units the average dealer sold year to date, and that's national norm, it's interesting to me the top 10 only sold 4 more, 252, right? That's interesting, a whole different talking point. But 30 grand through 4 months of the year just in flooring costs alone.
Yeah.
Which is why Ed used to say, control your inventory or we'll control you.
Which always, and I know your dealers give you guys this as well, and your groups are like, cool, now what?
Right. So, what do I do with that?
Yeah, thanks for finding my problems again. But it drives home the point of like, be intentional. And that's what I keep talking about inventory is be intentional. Do you have the right things? Are you putting focus on the right things? Are you moving things that are not the right things, meaning the right units or segments for you and your dealership? What's your OEM relationship? What OEM programs are out there?